Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Kitty. Hi. Whoop. Hi, Regina. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Macarena. Hi, Connie. Hi, Diana. Hi, Hi, Sandy. Hi, Marcia. Hi. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Lena. Good morning, Regina. Good morning, Pei and Suling. Good morning, Victor. Hi, Macau. Hello. Hello. Hi, Faye. Hello. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Kelly. Good morning, Marcia. Morning, Pauline. Morning, Oh. Hi, Thailand. Yeah. Hi, Suling. Hi, Singapore. Hi, Jenny. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Bhavna. Good morning, Elaine. Good morning, Danny. Hi, Freddie. Hi, Keiko. Hi, Shireen. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Stella. Hi, Diane. Good morning, Korea. Great. Good morning, Vivian. There you are. Yeah, Hong Kong and away. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Yep. Oop. Good morning, Christy. Good morning, So-So. I'm good, So-So. Thank you for asking. I'm good. Yeah. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Vivian. Hi, Vivian. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Liz in Seoul, Korea. Yeah, this is my shirt for this week. I changed my shirt this week. I started yesterday. Good morning, Liz. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Missy. Hi, Jen Kentrup. Hi, Cora. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Neely. There you are again. The flexible chef. Hi, Jillian. Hi, Mana. Hi, Karen. Good morning, Jillian. Good morning. Horizon Event Manager. Hello. Anna. Hi, Anna. Hi, Joan. Thank you. Lawrence Millman. There you are. Hey, buddy. Good morning, Bali. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Linda. Hi, Linda. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Madison. Hello, Hawaii. Hi, Hawaii. Hawaii. Hi, Santa. Hi, Santa. Aloha is right. Aloha is right. Yeah. Okay, so I have another minute and a half. Hi, Dora. Hi, Dora. Good morning. Hi, Bertina, Toronto. Bertina, we miss you too. Hi, Hi, Allie. You're very close to where I am. Hi, Allie. Dubious Forest. Restless Josie. Josie Bolding. Wow. Vancouver Island. Miss you. Hi, Junko. Hi, Wendy. Yes. Anatomic Yoga. Hello, Flora. Hello. Yes. Hi, Jesse. Okay. 30 seconds left of the roll call. Who else do we got? Did I miss anybody? Good morning, Jesse. Did I miss anybody? Need my glasses to see all the names now. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Claudia Fung. Yes, new shirt. This is right. Jim NHK. Hello, Jimbo. Yes, sir. Yes, the end of your birthday. Yeah, the debut of the shirt was yesterday. Hi, Holly. Good morning, Holly. Good to see you too. Okie dokie. So let's begin. Hi, Nav. Okay, so today, thank you everyone for joining me. The talk today, I would like to discuss the concept that I have been considering lately, which we're going to call looping. So looping is, let's say, looping is like, it's the experience of like going over and over and over the same circumstance or the same event or the same problem. Hi, Sabina. Hi, Misty. The same event, the same problem, something that you're faced with today, okay? So a looping mental experience where you're facing like something like your finances or your job or your boss or your partner or your knee pain, or any problem that you have, and you loop your mind over and over and over and over and over and over, and you just like burrow a hole, but the hole's going nowhere, if you know what I mean. It's like it's just looping, and it's like that True Detective line. Remember Matthew McConaughey? He had that fantastic prophesizing moment where he's like, time is a flat circle. It just like keeps coming back to the same thing over and over. And this looping that we do becomes a problem. So as an example, like when you're meditating, yeah, Diana, when you Padma, it's like, but when you're meditating, we focus on the breath, or we focus on an object, some mental object to train our concentrative awareness. But our mind will tend to like spin off to things. And if you notice in meditation, as an example, that True Detective, the first season is probably the best television ever made, in my opinion. That first season with Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, incredible. Anyway, we'll do a whole episode on that. But when you're meditating, you loop. And if you watch, some days you'll loop into the same thinking. Something will be niggling at you. Something will be like gnawing at your mind. And you'll continue. When you get distracted, you go to the same thing. And looping shows up in our personal life, our experience, and our ability to feel free. Or conversely, our inability to feel free. In that, if we have something that they're from our past that we tend to loop on, so like some event I made that previous talk we had, I talked about how sometimes like we have an accident when we're like 9 years old, we fall off our bike. And we fell off our bike and we hurt ourselves. And then like years later, we're still kind of looping on that event. And the looping of an event in our mind can rob us. It robs us. It steals our attention from the current state of our life. It steals our attention, and therefore it steals our capacity to experience the moment, the day, our relationships here and now. It's like if you're heartbroken and you're still looping around a previous relationship, how it went down, what you did, there's regret, there's anger, whatever. It steals your capacity to be in the moment now. It's like part of heartbreak is exactly this thing where we get stuck, looped on some previous moment, and then you're in a new moment, and you meet someone new, and you're not able to actually live into this new experience because you're still looping in this past experience. And this looping, what happens is like sometimes we know we're doing it and we just keep going with it. Sometimes we don't know, but it's still happening. So looping causes us, it causes us some suffering for sure, but it takes away our power and our capacity, which is only in the present moment. Our power exists in the present moment. And the present moment, the power of the present moment exists only when we are living in the present moment. So when we're looping in something that's in the past, we're robbed of it, and we don't have energy. We feel exhausted. We feel stuck. We feel unsatisfied. We feel unfulfilled. You could be in the greatest moment of your life. You could be at the best moment, the best experience, and feel unsatisfied at the end because you've been looping in this previous experience. So, what to do? Say hello, buddy. Okay. So what to do? Well, I have a few ideas. that I want to share that have worked for me. One, when you can't, the first step of this process is like meditation and hatha yoga. These practices, they reveal these instances of looping. You check yourself, you're like, wow, man, you go to yoga class and through the whole class you're thinking about what your boss said to you at lunchtime. And you're just like looping on it. Or like you're meditating and all you can think about is the fight you had last night, or you're thinking about something that happened 10 years ago. So many examples like that where someone is like stuck in a rut. Like if someone has like 3 glasses of wine on a Wednesday night to take the edge off, and all of a sudden that person starts talking about the same story of something that happened 10 years or 20 years ago, deep looping. So one way that has great evidence of success in this is you journal. You take a moment, you take a period of time, and you a notebook out, and with a pen, you write out the experience that is looping for you in as much detail as you can. The argument you had with somebody or some experience you had, you write out in great detail. My father's funeral, like you write it out with as much detail as you can, meaning you have to like flush out all of the spinning, looping thoughts, all the there's slight sharper thoughts, and there's more slight, like more loose or vague or foggy thoughts. See if you can write them all out, like till you're exhausted of the details and can think of nothing else around this thing. You put it all down, and it frees something in our mind. There is something in relationship skill, and in as a yoga teacher skill set, but generally as a human being, there is a key skill that this shines a light upon, which is how powerful, how valuable, how truly necessary the act of listening is to be present and to be connected. Like if you take a relationship with someone else, in order to be fully, present to them and to be fully intimate in this experience, it comes down to like listening as like the keystone of fully experiencing something, which leaves you feeling fulfilled. Meaning, if I have something to say to someone and they're not listening, let's say when you're a kid and your parents are like busy and you want to tell them something, and you're trying to tell them something, but they're not really listening. They're like, yeah. They're not listening. They're like, yeah. They're not listening. Yeah. And that can go on for years. And many of us, maybe everyone, is left with this feeling of like unfulfilled experience about this one issue with someone. Parents or a friend or a boss won't listen to you. And so there's this feeling of unfulfilled nature within us. Now, how do you address that when you feel unfulfilled in that way? Because that is going to create a loop. And you're looping around this fact that you feel unfulfilled. Like, I don't feel heard. Well, here's the thing. It is evident that, and there's research on this, that if what you want is to be heard and to fulfill this and to get free of this loop, you need to listen. Yeah, but no. You train yourself to listen fully and completely, especially if you're having like an argument with someone. Where I'm leading this to is having an argument with yourself. But practice with someone. You're having an argument with someone, or you're having a conflict with someone, and you're not heard. And it's like you have the information or you have ideas that you need to share, information that will really help the situation. But you keep coming in and we keep coming in and we're pushing and pushing and pushing. And it's like when we stop and go, okay, and I deeply listen. Okay, I will listen. It allows this cycle if you're in relation to somebody else in this circumstance, it allows the cycle of their experience to be released from the loop that they're in. Two loopers is like, bow, bow, bow. But you let one person's loop be free and it becomes revealed and settled. And this leads to the person listening to you. And often, if you listen deep enough, you'd be amazed at what people will tell you. And when people get the chance to share their experience fully, and they know that they're being heard, then it's my experience that in that moment, usually I solve my own problems. If I have a problem with somebody and I get a chance to fully explain and talk and share, and once I'm in that process, it's like something deeper in me is revealed and I start to see the solution myself. It's like so often what we need is just to be heard completely. And yeah, your kids are nodding. Now, where I'm going with this is you take that experience of fully listening, and it's bloody hard. That is so hard. Just try it. Just sit, turn your phone off, look someone in the eye, and sit and listen till they are done. And they are going to be boring to you, and they're going to be annoying. They're going to say a whole bunch of stuff you don't think is true about you or the world, and you want to correct them. And just don't, and just sit there and don't give advice. I find that bloody hard. So hard. Oh my gosh. Don't evaluate, don't review, don't assess. Remember the restraint work that we did, the story restraint? Just don't assess, don't review. You just listen, okay. And it's crazy how you can learn so much, especially about somebody. You can learn so much if you let them fully share. And you just like, wow. And from fully listening, because we are the other person, it's like we often don't need anything from the person. But we are released from this looping. Like, God, I just need to share this. And we're stuck for like lifetimes. I mean, most adults are looping something about their childhood with their parents. I mean, I think all of us are. We're looping like what I didn't get to say or what, like, what I was feeling. And to let that, you start the process now. Now, this is how we step forward out of this state of looping. This is one way. You fully listen to somebody. And you may get the chance to then share completely your thing too. Start there. But the relationship to ourself is the key piece here because we're talking about yoga talk. So we're talking about the self. So what I'm proposing is when you catch yourself, you notice yourself, I'm looping about this. Sit down and write it out. Write that looping, the content of that loop out completely. Loop and write it with detail. And don't be shy or embarrassed that like you're writing about the color of your socks of that moment. Just you write everything in detail. In detail. How you felt, what you thought, what you said, what they said, what the temperature was, what the whole thing. You write everything. You flush it out. And the loop gets lighter. You flush it out, it gets lighter, and then eventually this loop, I mean, we don't have a lot of loops, there's a few, but they are sitting there, some of us, they've been going for years, super fast, and they're so fast that they're burrowing their way into our spirit, into our body, into our consciousness. So we reveal this loop by writing it out. Just have a looping journal. That's what I do. And just like write out like oh my God, I'm just like stuck on this thing. Like, oh my God. You write it out. And it like starts to get lighter. It starts to reveal and be flushed out. Because in a way, I find what that is that's me going, okay, you know what? I'm in conversation with myself. Like you would be with somebody else. And in conversation with yourself, I'm my parent and my child. So I'm like the two people. And some part of me is like the child going like, blah, blah, blah. And there's a part of me that's the adult. And I'm like, yeah. I'm too busy. That's the thing. The ego's like, I'm too busy. Just like, I'll get over it. Just get over it. Yeah, but give yourself 5 minutes or a year or a lifetime and you notice some things I'm not getting over. What the hell's going on? So we have to give ourselves, take up a technique. Test the theory, people. Test the theory. Write it out. Free the loop. Listen to yourself deeply. Krishna Murti famously, the great thinker of last century, famously said, when you listen deep enough, like to yourself, there's no decision. There's nothing to do. When you listen deep enough, it clears so much. But when we're not listening, we're paying attention out here, this looping just occupies how much of our power? Who knows? Like a lot, maybe. Write it out. The funny thing about the past, we talked about it before, is that the past, our memories, we remember very specific parts, but we forget all these other parts. So our looping is like so niche to one part of history, forgetting the other contexts. So until we can really pull it to the surface and open it up, reveal it, do we not have this, we don't get the chance to go like, oh man, maybe it wasn't exactly how I remember. Talking to like your sisters or brothers and you go like, remember when we were a kid and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, that's not really how it was. Really? I've been thinking about that for 30 years. They're like, it was a little different. And our memory is weird that way. It remembers some things really sharply and a whole bunch of other stuff, it just blurs. Yeah, you get Burning Man is the whole point of that, right? Josie, you go and you write out those journals and you burn them up, man. I have another concept I want to add to this looping idea. Because looping also occurs when you're in your professional life. People want to talk about how do you better your professional life? How do you better how do you go forward in the work you do? I have another thing I've been considering, which is when you're looping in your professional life, and we all do, part of it we get stuck doing the same thing over and over. And you kind of get the same techniques, and and it kind of plateaus. So Google had an interesting policy they enacted this is years ago. I don't know when. Maybe when they turned into like the most valued company in the world, and they had tons of money and they could do interesting things. But what they did is they introduced the 20% rule, which was any Google employee could use 20% of their professional time towards some creative pursuit. Google's amazing in so many ways. They have all these behavioral psychologists on staff that are doing studies to recognize how to be the most innovative, the most productive, and etc. So what they learned is that when you go 100% at your creative or your professional task, you don't extract the maximum amount of returns. But when you step back a little bit, you get so Google did this 20% rule, and you apply 20% of your professional time to something that is a creative pursuit, like a hobby. It gives the 80% you're putting to your professional pursuit a depth and a breadth that we wouldn't be able to experience otherwise. Because you loop on problems professionally, right? You loop on professional problems, people or financial problems, whatever, and we loop and we get stuck, and then we burrow that loop into us, and it just stays. And we think like willpower and hard work will get us through the night. But then haven't you been working hard? And haven't you been like trying that? And then what's the data on that? Has that worked all the way to your liking? Probably not. Like for most of it, it's like, no. So come on the camera. Come on. And so want to have Princess Leia. Yeah, there you go. Come on, there you go. Yeah. And that'll keep us focused. So this idea of having a hobby is quite fascinating to me. I find this quite fascinating because to get out of a professional loop, we need to learn how to change our mindset and not just get stuck over and over again. Okay, so I'm going to give you an idea of how do you cultivate a hobby. A hobby, I was reading about this yesterday. It's like a hobby is something that we can spend time at and get good at. It feels good to be good at something. So to get good at something. So you find something, and I found this really cool concept model, that there are 3 parameters to work on, to consider for something to be a hobby that will be of value to this, to get out of this looping in the professional sense. You know, you think about like someone who's like a super high paid banker, lawyer, or filmmaker, or whatever. And it's like your mind naturally goes, well, I put my mind to the task of my work, and that's where I get the value and I get paid. So like I need to work all day long. It's 7 in the morning till 10 at night. Actually, the data says that's bullshit. That does not work. That does not work. The people that tend to get the most out of their work have a more finite time span, and it's less time doing the hard work, the serious work, and it includes doing something outside of that, clearly outside of their professional task. And that's, I find deeply interesting, because the ego says, no, I'm busy, like shut the door. It's like you're the guy or the girl that's like goes home at night, it's still in their home office, checking emails, doing work till like midnight. This blows the brain circuits completely. And then the next day you're less effective, less creative, less innovative. So this hobby thing is really interesting to me. So the hobbies have 3 aspects. 1, they're low risk. Low risk, which means like you take up a hobby, not a new thing every time, but you take something up, like, and you get good at it. But the low risk means that if you fail at this hobby, you're still going to be able to afford to eat dinner. Your hobby that you put 8% or 15 or 20% into of your time is low risk. You fail, it's okay. Doesn't matter. So therefore, you're willing in the beginning to be shitty at it if you fail. The second component of the hobby is that it's low pressure, no deadline. It's not like it's like our A-type behavior. It's like I'm like a race car driver, and then like on my off time, I become like a sharpshooter for the FBI. It's like, no. The hobby is low pressure, meaning that there's no deadline. So a side project can have deadlines and whatever, right? Like, but your hobby can turn into some side projects. That's cool. Learn the guitar. And then eventually your hobby becomes a side project. You start a little band, and then there's a gig on Friday, whatever, that's fine. But the hobby itself has no deadline. It's low pressure. You can fail. It's fine. You sleep at night, whether you're good or bad. No deadline. So it's low pressure. And the last part is it's a labor of love. It's something that we're actually interested in. Don't pick up something that sucks just because you think suffering is the path to freedom, which maybe it is. But it's a labor of love. It's like when you do it, you're into it. And so in order to find what we love, you got to be willing to look at some strange stuff. Like we don't necessarily do what we love. Jason Swami's famous tagline, do what you love. Deb's corporate tagline. But it's that doing what you love, when something's a labor of love, it brings you joy. So for like 8% of your day, 10% of your day, or whatever, you are doing something you love, but there's no deadline. You're doing something you love, you're not that good at, but you get good, because being skillful at hard things or being skillful at strange things is deeply satisfying. And yeah, so the hobbies are a way out of looping professionally. The Google 20% rule. Pottery, poetry, whatever. Knitting, Jen, And so you have low risk, low pressure, labor of love. Those are the 3 components for our hobbies. So that we catch ourselves when we're in loops. When we're in loops, we look at it, and if it's personal, if it's deep memories and worries and anxieties, write it down, expunge it, write it down in detail, give this time, and deeply listen to yourself like you would to somebody else. And the professional one, take up a hobby, take something up, not something new every day, like take something, like deeply consider, and then choose one, and then like apply yourself and see how these techniques help to clear our looping. One last thing. It's 10 o'clock. I got to go. I got to go, people. I got to teach the yoga. There's a life teaching yoga. We need to be accountable to our own attention span. Looping is a way that we rob ourselves. We willingly rob ourselves of our attention span. And our attention span is where our creativity and our power lie. The greatest gift we can give anyone is paying attention to them, including ourselves. Paying attention. Reading the story that we're being told inside. So to participate with this inner experience and the outer experience. The inner experience, that deep internal inquiry and looping. And the outer experience, the problems we face, the relationships we have. Deep participation takes courage. To face these loops and to address them takes such a deep courage. It's not easy. It can be scary to really face that because they could be going for years and you're just like, I don't want to look. But like going into it and taking little baby steps. Baby steps. Mount Kailash, the axis of the universe, stands there right now as we sit here on the screen looking at each other. That mountain is there standing, this beautiful Himalayan peak, sitting there as a natural temple. Stability in the chaos. Muhammad Ali, greatest of all time, a poet. He was deeply a poet. You should listen to his talks. Amazing. He spent time learning vocabulary, writing poetry. Amazing. Okay, I love you guys. I send you all my best. I'm going to do a 1 hour talk this coming Sunday if you want to join me. I'll be back again in 1 minute for 1 hour, level 2 class. And send me your comments and questions and your and the success or failure of the things that I'm sharing with you guys to tell me if it works. I'd love to hear. Does any of this stuff work for you? And I'm learning as I go too, man. I'm looping and working stuff out and trying my best, and I'm just thankful you guys are here to do it with. Okay. So if I don't see you in class, I'll see you tonight at 6 or I see you tomorrow at 9:30. Sending my love. Okay. See you later, chickens.